Hello magical creatures. Hi, welcome to my channel. If you're new here, hi, welcome back. I'm Unionicorn and today we have another fun themed reading for you. This is going to be love messages, but this time from the Mermaids. So I have a fun like mermaid theme reading for you today. So for pile number 1, we have this little mermaid and she's laying on her side here for that pile. And then pile number 2, we have this little mermaid and she's sitting upright on a rock, I think. And then for pile number 3, we have this little mermaid and she's kind of like hugging her knees, I guess, I don't know, to her tail, right? Because she doesn't really have knees, but in the sense that she doesn't have legs, but she has, you know, the bend of her tail there, kind of like the knees. And that's for pile number 3. So yeah, we have piles 1, 2, and 3. And as always, the timestamps will be pinned in the description bar below, as well as, well, pinned in the comments and as well as in the description. So check out the timestamps there if you would like. Now, of course, as always, if you would like to choose with the cards present, you can always click on the pick a pile and that will take you right there, or you can stick around and watch me go over all the decks that I'm going to use, as well as a speed shuffle. So it's just like a sped up version of the shuffle with some nice relaxing cozy music. So if you'd like to stick around for that, that sounds wonderful. And if not, I will see you in your piles. Okay, bye. All right, hello. Thank you so much for sticking around for the decks and the shuffle portion of this video. As always, the timestamps are in the description, but if you want to know what decks I'm using today I am going to continue using the Enchanted Love Tarot. They do have some like seashell cards in here, so I'm curious if some of those will come out in this reading today. Then we also have, of course, our lovely romance angels. Now, of course, this isn't a angel reading, but I am looking for romance messages, so that's why we're going to use that today. As well as we have a bit of a like a Art Nouveau kind of theming as well with the mermaids. So we have this Luna edition of the Ethereal Visions Tarot, as well as our Art Nouveau Tarot. And of course, that means we have our traditional Mermaid Tarot. Now this I have had to censor because unfortunately, as much as I don't like to censor my decks, yeah, the YouTube is not gonna let me put a bunch of topless mermaids, unfortunately, because again, it's just art. I don't know. I don't find any issue with nudity myself personally, but YouTube does. So just so you know, I have to have censored my decks in order to have this reading be available for all audiences. Well, all 18 plus audiences. My readings are always for 18 plus, just so you know. I never intend to have readings for anyone under 18. So if you're under 18, please leave. But yeah, so that's why I have those decks censored, unfortunately. And then we also have the Cosmic Pearl Oracle. This one's another really pretty one for the theme, as well as a new Oracle deck I haven't used yet called the Ocean of Wisdom Oracle card. So excited to see what is in here. Again, if there's anything that comes out that I need to censor, I do have the ability. I got these little stickers that, yeah, I can just cover. They're removable stickers so they don't damage my decks. Then I also have the Wisdom of the Oracle deck, as well as the Universe Has My Back Oracle. These are just little pocket oracle of the larger cards. And then we also have our classic crystal healing guide playing cards. These are just a fun, like if you're in the market for you know, if you want to buy a crystal, this is like a good recommendation from the universe, or in this case from the mermaids, which crystal would be good for you at this time. And last but certainly not least, I'm so excited to open this. This is a brand new deck for me in my collection as well, called the Little Sea Melodies. So I'm really excited to open this deck. And yeah, this is similar to like the Secret Garden deck that I also have in my collection. So love these kind of decks. I got a few of these for upcoming readings as well. So excited to open this one. But yeah, those are going to be all the decks I'm going to use for today's reading. And as always, if you want to stick around for the little shuffle portion, it's going to be sped up by like 500 times. And yeah, if you are wanting to watch that, you can get cozy, get yourself a snack, get yourself a drink, and enjoy the shuffle portion of the video. Okay, bye. Hello magical creatures, hi, welcome to the pick a pile section of this video. So if you'd like to choose with the cards pre-shuffled and here so that you can kind of pick up the vibes of each pile, then this pick a pile is for you. So we again have pile number 1 with this little mermaid, and she's laying down kind of like, I guess you can imagine in the sand or on a rock or something for pile number 1. Pile number 2, we've got this little mermaid and she's sort of sitting on her rock for pile number 2. And then for pile number 3, we have this little mermaid and she's kind of hugging her tail for pile number 3. So you can choose from pile 1, pile 2, or pile number 3, and I will see you in your reading. Bye! Hello magical creatures, hi, welcome to your reading. If you've chose pile number 1, this pretty little mermaid who's kind of like laying down, she's like chillaxing. This is going to be your reading, pile 1, and we're just kind of asking for whatever messages want to come out today. So I haven't really asked a specific message today. I know that's sort of unusual for me. I like to usually start my readings with a question, but I don't know, I've just been sort of going with whatever messages want to come out at this time, and we can see how to interpret them. So let's just see. Okay, you've got 6 of wings. It says passage. Interesting. And you know what? I'm realizing, I'll check in a second. You also have the Emperor, which is power. Passage and power, interesting. All right, then you also have, the overall message, which is the Romance Angels card. It says, worth waiting for. Divine timing is at work in your love life. So I'm gonna actually put that, this little thing is actually a little card stand. So we can put that here. Does that show up on screen? Yeah. Maybe we'll scoot it over just a smidge, but there we go. So we've got that card for pile 1. Yes, your Romance Angels, and you also have the Well, okay, as well as 2 of Wands. Then you have, oh, the Tower. Okay, Major Arcana. Something major happened here. I'm trying to figure out what. Also, I'm trying to figure out where to put this. Again, I do apologize. Pile 1, I always say this in every one of my readings, but y'all are kind of like, you know, the first child of the reading. So still figuring out how I want to lay this out. Okay. I'm sure y'all who have been with me for a while watching my readings are sick of me saying that, because I say it almost every time. But it's so true. Like I'm always like trying to figure out how I want this laid out. All right, so we've got those cards. Yeah, good. Hopefully I gave myself enough room this time around. Then we also have 9 of Wands. Okay. Yeah, a lot of Wands energy. Your 2 of Wands, 9 of Wands. Also Queen of Wands. Yeah, this is definitely your energy, pile 1. Well, it sounds like there's a bit of a conflict here. But let's keep looking at your card and see what we got. Oh, well, you got the Soulmates card. That's sweet. So yeah, your soulmate is coming out to say hi to you, pile 1, in this love reading. So that's beautiful. Can you see that? No, that's a problem with my layout. Is I gotta scooch all this up. It looked so good too, but I need a better camera that I can actually zoom out on, which, by the way, if you caught my last reading, it was kind of zooming in and out, like autofocusing, zooming in and out, and that was so annoying to watch. So I only imagine if anyone stuck with me through that last reading, I appreciate it. You also got, again, the card number 2, a lot of 2s for you as well. Well, Emperor is number 1 and number 2. Also, number 41 could be significant for you, especially if that could be an age for some of you. Yeah, you got Yin. So you might be the yin to this yin yang dynamic with you and your soulmate. For some of you, could be what I'm picking up here with these two cards next to each other from the same deck. Sorry if you can hear the motorcycle out front. All right, then you also have the message from the universe: energy flows where my intention goes. So that's beautiful. Energy flows where my attention goes, and it came out under the well, which is about flowing water. Like, and you know, we have all this, can't help but notice that we also have, you know, all this mermaid imagery about flowing water. And of course, water in tarot represents the emotions, not only just in tarot, but also just in general, like, you know, in astrology and everything, the element of water represents emotions. So I choose to read this as a message about your energy flowing where your intention goes, is also about where you're choosing to invest your time and energy and money, and also your feelings and emotions around possibly the soulmate here. Yeah, there was a conflict though that happened, like a big tower moment, it seems, for you, pile 1. Now, I wish I could put this somewhere, but you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna put it off to the side. How about that? Yeah, there we go. Now you can still see it, but it's still present in the reading. Okay, again, I apologize. Thank you for your patience, pile 1, while I figure out how to lay out the selection of cards I've chosen to pull for you today. Now we also have Swan Medicine, number 30. So again, that could be an age or a date that's relevant to you. It says adaptability, confidence, and focus. Interesting. And then you also have crystalline blessings. No, you know what? I realized I should probably censor that. Hold on. Okay, sorry about that. Pile 1, I realized this card had some nudity in it. And, you know, I personally don't find anything wrong with nudity. This is just because of the YouTube algorithm won't push out a video with it in it. So, you know, they're cracking down on that kind of thing. Unfortunately, even in fine art, again, I think this looks sillier than just the beauty of the original card. But yeah, just know that I'm not doing that because I believe that it's wrong or anything. It's something that YouTube, you know, doesn't want on their platform, which is fair enough. So yeah, forgive me for having to censor these beautiful fine art cards, but yeah, these are luckily stickers that are removable, so they shouldn't damage the card. But anyway, we have card number 28, which is crystalline blessings. Again, you got number 30 and 28. So maybe those are some ages for you and your person, for some of you. Yeah, crystalline blessings. It's activation, rainbow energy, and awaken. Interesting. So maybe this tower, something happened here where you it awakened you to some kind of truth or some discovery. Let's see what else you got. Okay, you got underwater caves. Ooh, pretty. Find strength in surrender, allowing life to unfold with grace and acceptance. Interesting. Okay, so yeah, you're learning to accept something that's changed here. And then you also have whales. Oh, interesting. Tap into your inner wisdom and navigate life's depths with grace and majesty. There you go. Yeah. Okay, so you know what this whale card reminds me of? Actually, I don't know if y'all are familiar with this Reddit account called r/the Mall World, but the Mall World is actually really interesting, and I promise it relates. But if you've never heard of the Mall World, it's basically this kind of collective consciousness space that people are waking up into in their dreams, like in their dream state. And people are realizing when talking to each other online that this might actually be a real place that we're all collectively going to. You know, it's like a collective consciousness place, and that's why it's called Mall World, because a lot of times it is like a mall, but there's like stuff other than just the mall. There's a whole lot of places, including like a beach. And that's where I frequent the beach a lot, or like beach houses and a little like seaside town. That's where I go to in my dreams a lot. And I think maybe perhaps it's mall world. And so the interesting thing about these whales though is that there's also like an aquarium by an amusement park, water park, that kind of thing. There's an aquarium, and people are saying that they've seen whales in this aquarium in their dreams in the mall world. And what's interesting is, if you know anything about mall world in relationship to like the gate program, that's a whole other like like almost conspiracy theory, if you want to go call it that. But there's some documentation to kind of like prove that people have these memories of being tested in the gate program when they're children. And and I didn't think I had those memories until I heard the Gateway tapes, and some memories just kind of rushed back in. So yeah, for you, if you are unfamiliar, the only reason why I bring that up is because this card reminded me to maybe look into that, if that's something you're interested in, especially if you're interested in like the mysteries of life and especially like collective consciousness stuff. Because whales also, there's a lot of imagery in I'm sorry if the focus is messed up. Yeah, there's a lot of imagery in the media of whales in space, which is also something that is interesting. And again, call me crazy. Some of you are probably like, I've already clicked off this video, like she's totally lost it, like she's so totally completely delulu. But I swear that like I've heard that in the gate program they were teaching like again, these were done on children, so in like elementary school and middle school. I don't know if it was in middle school, but definitely late elementary school. And the thing about it is that they kind of like, within the GATE program, they tested them on a bunch of things, including they were learning about whales. Like this one person saved all her worksheets from this program, and they were like, just like they were part of the curriculum in this GATE program was to learn about whales, and not only whales, but also like sonar. And so there's some like conspiracy theories out there suggesting that perhaps we were learning about whales in possible connection to like Atlantis, and there's some far out theories of like maybe whales are not even from this planet, maybe they are intergalactic visitors, which I know is pretty far-fetched, but like maybe that's why we always associate like whales in space, like with there's that book, oh my gosh, what is it called? Well, there's like 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, and but there's also oh my gosh, Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. In it they depict a whale like randomly in like a flower pot turning into a whale in outer space, or falling actually from a high, they're not in outer space, sorry, that was there's whales in outer space in like Fantasia too, which is weird. But in Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, like a flower pot randomly gets like teleported to like up high in the atmosphere, so like right below the cloud cover or something, and falls. And and it's weird because then the flower pot turns to a whale. I don't know. It's been a while since I've seen Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, but I don't know. That was just what's coming through with this card. I'm sorry if that's like a huge tangent. You're like, what the heck does this have to do with my soulmate? But I don't know. I just figure that for some of you who are interested in especially like twin flame, like soulmate twin flames. Let's see, you did get two. You got a lot of twos as well. You did get the Two of Wands. Which can be a soulmate card. The four, you don't have Four of Wands. Four of Wands is like the twin flame card. But basically for those who believe in twin flames and soulmates, the reason why I bring this whole thing up with like Mall World and the GATE program is because some of you need to know that in order to further your own research and go on, again, on those Reddit like threads to look into it, because you're going to be amazed. You're probably going to be shocked if you haven't heard of Mall World yet. I swear, like, so many people who discover Mall World are all like so shocked that they're like, I have dreamed of these places that other people are describing. So, and again, it's possibly related to twin flame journeys, and you know, especially if you've seen your twin flame in your dreams. So that's just a message for some of you. Again, you can discard that if you'd like. If you're like, that has nothing to do with what I'm, you know, currently experiencing, that's fine. Again, just take what resonates, and if it doesn't resonate for you, go ahead and, you know, you can always choose to pick another pile or another reading from another reader. Like, no one's keeping you here. You're welcome to go to a different reading if you're not resonating with that message. But I know some of you, that's the clue that you need to continue on your twin flame journey. And yeah, because yeah, you're going through this like awakening of some kind. You had the Six of Wings passage card, and yeah, so you've got the Emperor as well as the again, the Queen of Wands. So I'm getting for you, pile one, you are probably closer to the Queen of Wands energy, especially if you resonate with the Divine Feminine. If you don't, then you can go ahead and switch that, because if you're masculine energy, you're probably more like the Emperor here. So yeah, but I'm definitely getting two strong energies, and that's indicative of, again, the Soulmates card coming out. So you both are represented here in this reading today. And again, you are more like the yin, whether you identify it as more of the Emperor, the masculine in this dynamic, or the feminine Queen of Wands. You the viewer, you are more like the yin to your soulmate's yang. So if you're not familiar with that, you can look that up. But yeah, so that's what I'm getting from your reading. So it's a pretty, I think it's just more like a check-in kind of reading. Not a huge strong message, just the fact that, you know, you are learning to navigate your inner wisdom and your intuition better. And again, especially if you've been tapping into your dreams lately, I can't stress enough, go to r/themallworld and it'll blow your mind, I swear. Yeah, you're surrendering to the universe and accepting, you know, you're going with the flow, the divine timing. And yeah, you're learning how to kind of awaken to this energy of, and this might have been a tower moment for you. Like this, you might have only recently become spiritual yourself, pile one, is what I'm getting. You or your person. So if it's not you, if you've always been spiritual, maybe your person, your soulmate here, is the one who had like this, like hit like lightning. I just saw, so like this tower, which is interesting because it's a lighthouse. Yeah, either you or your person has just recently sort of come to this realization that there is more to the universe than meets the eye, and there is a lot more to this world than we are told and that we're taught. And so yeah, that's sort of your message, pile one, is just that this is happening in this moment as we speak. You or your person, or both of you, are learning to become more in touch with your divine feminine or divine masculine, as well as trusting in the universe and divine timing, and learning just to tap into your spirituality. And you also have worth waiting for, again, the major, like, overall romantic romance angels, like, card for the whole reading. So basically, yeah, this is just saying that keep doing what you're doing. You're on the right path, and this is going to eventually lead to your soulmate, especially if you don't know this person. Some of you do know your person, some of you don't, but they are worth waiting for. And again, this says divine timing is at work here. So just trust in that divine timing, continue to ascend. Yeah, you got activation, awaken, continue to ascend spiritually for yourself, and this will bring about and bring into alignment you and your soulmate. So that's your reading, pile 1. Now, last but certainly not least, I have a few more cards here. I have 3 recommendations for crystals that could help you on this journey, as well as just 3 more little messages from the mermaids to help you as well on your journey. So let's check out these. Okay, so you've got appetite, and that's inspiration, satisfaction, and motivation. So if you're looking for, you know, inspiration or motivation, appetite is a good piece of stone to get to help you with that. Then you also have sardonyx. I've never seen this card before. So it says happiness and stability to marriage and partnerships. Oh, that's amazing. Perfect. Yeah. So this is going to call in your soulmate, pile 1, especially again, if you have met them or not. This is like a divine union card. That's great. So yeah, confirmation about what I was saying earlier, that you're becoming more in alignment with your soulmate here. And then you also have tourmaline. So calmness, stability, and reaffirming. Yeah, so these are the crystals that can help you on this journey at this time, pile 1. And then last but certainly not least, we have these adorable little mermaid cards, and it says stillness in calm waters, everything becomes clear. Yeah, you're getting more clear on like what you want from this relationship, what you want from, you know, your life and the universe. You're feeling more guided, I think, and you're tapping into that intuition. Then it says safety, don't be too proud to go back to shore. All right, yeah, so this is just, I think, telling you to also just take care, to feel like it's okay to, again, trust in that divine timing and take it slow. Like, you don't have to do everything overnight, right? And then finally, yeah, you have the card recharge. That's beautiful. So it says, there's nothing like a walk on the beach to soothe your soul. Yeah, or if you don't live by a beach, I wish I did. I love the beach so much. So, yeah, I wish I could live by the beach. That would be the best. Someday, hopefully, right? Knock on wood. Oh my gosh. There you go. Knock on wood. Hopefully someday you and I both can have our beach house, right? And if not in real life, then at least in our dreams, literally, because like you said, I always end up on the beach by my dreams in Mall World. I don't know why, I just do. So maybe if you also do, come say hi to me. Let's find each other in Mall World. Yeah, but anyway, yeah, if you're lucky enough to live by a beach, definitely do that, or just go on a walk in general. I think is the saying, like, get out of your own head, like still enjoy the beauty of nature, and yeah, just enjoy beautiful, like relaxing, calm scenery. Again, if you don't live near the beach, maybe you can get in touch with your emotions through, again, going into the water. So that could be swimming if you have a local pool or a pool in your backyard, or if you don't have access to that, you can just like have a bath and, you know, use some like I was gonna say sea salts, but yeah, like bath salts, and, you know, bath bombs, and make it nice, and like bubble bath, and like, yeah, get in touch with water, because water is very healing to the soul. All right, but that is going to be your reading, pile number 1. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up. It will mean so much to me, and it really, really helps me out with algorithm. All the likes, comments, shares, subscribes. And again, just so you know, subscribing is always free on YouTube. I just heard someone say that they didn't know that subscribing was free. So yeah, subscribing is always free. Just takes a second to click that button, subscribe, and then another second to click the bell notification if you want to be notified of when I post readings. And yeah, thanks again for being here, pile 1. Take care. Bye. Hello, pile number 2. If you picked this beautiful little mermaid and she's sitting on a little rock, kind of reminds me of the statue from The Little Mermaid, of The Little Mermaid, the Hans Christian Andersen book of The Little Mermaid. There's a statue, I believe, in Denmark. So yeah, looks quite like this, of course larger, but she's sitting on a rock like this, so very cute. Yeah, this is going to be your reading pile 2, and we're asking sort of an open-ended question today. We're just kind of waiting for some messages from, you know, the mermaids, let's say. We'll just see what comes out. I did intend for these to be sort of more love messages, but we'll see what comes out for your reading. Now you do have the card Free Yourself, and it's this beautiful unicorn, and of course this is from the famous tapestries, the unicorn tapestries. And so if you missed it, I actually did a reading that was sort of unicorn / horse themed. So because this is actually the Chinese zodiac new year, well, it's passed, but the new year has passed, but it is a new year, and this year it is the year of the horse. So I did a reading about that, and I guess I'll tell you only, pile 2, upcoming, I do plan on doing a unicorn themed reading. But yeah, obviously I call myself Unionicorn, so I obviously have a great affinity for unicorns on this channel. So yeah, but this card says Free Yourself, and it says it's time to take back control of your life. So perhaps some of you, this is less of a love reading and more about a self-love. By the way, this is a cute little mermaid. It's actually kind of like a card holder, so I'm gonna put that card right over here as like the main energy for the reading today. So yeah, but interesting. Okay, so you have Free Yourself. So maybe this is about breaking up or having an ex, possibly. Let's see. Oh, you know what? I started pulling in the wrong order. Let me go here. Oh, you have Queen of Shells. And hey, shells in this deck, I believe are wands, and it says the empath. I'll double check that in a moment. But yeah, the empath. Interesting. And I just realized, have you all seen that shell that's like it's on the bottom here. It's like this long shell. Those shells have always reminded me of unicorn horns. So yeah, I wish, if someone knows what the name of that type of shell is, let me know in the comments. But yeah, so there you go, Queen of Shells. That's definitely your energy. You probably, pile 2, identify as being an empath, or people have told you you're an empath. I feel like people sometimes are like, oh, you identify as an empath, that means you're definitely not an empath. But like, I've literally had people tell me that they think I'm an empath, so I don't know. But yeah, so that might be you as well, pile 2. And then we also have the Hierophant. Okay, tradition. Right, so you might be someone who's very much into tradition, the traditional way of doing things. You might find a lot of value in like genealogy and like maybe knowing about your ancestors, knowing about history, knowing about, yeah, traditions. Oral traditions, like keeping memories of the past alive. Then you have Two of Wands, which is interesting because the Two of Wands actually came out in the last reading as well. Okay, so let's see what else you have. You also have the Knave of Chalices, which is Knave of Cups, Knight of Cups. By the way, I have to censor this because it does have a bit of nudity, and unfortunately, not that I have a problem with nudity, but YouTube definitely does. So if I want my readings to get out there, I unfortunately have to censor them now. But yeah, and again, just as a reminder, my readings are always 18 plus, intended for adults only, so just keep that in mind. If you are under 18, please click away from my reading. But yeah, all my readings are intended for 18 and older. So then we have, can we focus, camera? Okay, we've got the Nine of Pentacles. Oh, and she's like looking at this treasure, all these pearls and the treasure. Okay, so Nine of Cups energy, which is very abundant energy. Oh, okay, but then you also have Ten of Wands here, which is like a burden, like holding on to too much, carrying too much. Okay, so then, yeah, I'm getting like this message that you're needing to let go of something. You're needing to free yourself from something, pile 2. This Ten of Wands burden energy. And you also have the Strength card. Beautiful. And that's, yeah. Again, this is very much giving the Little Mermaid. Oh, I thought that was a rock at first. No, that's a walrus. That's funny. But it's giving like the Little Mermaid animated movie, you know, where she's like splashing on the cliff. But that's actually a little walrus, not a, not the rock. But anyway, but it is the Strength. So you know how some people say like strength is like, oh, you're like my rock. Yeah. Interesting. So, but yeah, you're in the energy of strength right now, pile 2. Yeah, you're having to focus on something, have strength in something. And you're also being asked to be flexible at this time when it pertains to something. You got number 19, that could be relevant. Either a date, significant date for you on the 19th, or that could be for some of you, your age, 19. Again, I guess I'll allow it. Again, like I said, anyone 18 plus is allowed in my readings, but yeah. Ooh, this is a pretty card and very blue to match all of the rest of our blue of this reading. So you've got Imagine, number 20. Okay, so yeah, again, 19 and 20. I swear, I don't believe when I shuffled, y'all can go back and look at the shuffle if you want, but I'm pretty sure these came out at completely different times after being shuffled a lot. So it's interesting you got cards 19 and 20 back to back. So that could be, again, your age, or you and your person's age for some of you, like your significant other, or your, yeah, again, if this is about like maybe breaking up, I just want to say, always take these readings with a grain of salt. They are intended for general audiences, so I'm never going to tell you like you have to break up with somebody. I'm just reading what comes out of the cards, and I am getting, like, for some of you, if this is something you've been considering doing, this is just a confirmation for that. Then you also have my happiness is a direct reflection of my level of faith in the universe. Beautiful. So again, this is just a card to remind you to trust in divine timing, and trust in your spirit guides and your spirit team to guide you toward your best life and intended outcome here. So that's beautiful. I love that the colors are so complementary to this reading as well. The pretty blues and purples and seafoam greens. Very, very pretty. All right. Then we also have, I'm going to save these messages for the end, but we also have then Mermaid Magic. Oh, pretty. So this says, embrace the magic within and let your intuition guide you through life's currents. Can you see that? There you go. Very pretty. Okay. Yeah. So again, just embracing the magic. And it's funny because this is a similar message to pile 1. So if you're on the fence about choosing pile 1 or 2, you can always go back and listen to pile 1. There might be some messages for you, but only if you were called to do that. If you were on the fence about picking 1 or 2. But yeah, this says, embrace the magic within. Let your intuition guide you. So tapping into your intuition. Then you also have Mermaid's Mirror. Okay. Remember that you are a co-creator of your reality and that your thoughts and intentions have the power to shape your destiny. Yes, beautiful. Okay. So yeah, this is just a reminder you have free will. And so, yeah, the mermaids are reminding you that you have the power to shape your own destiny and to make your own choices. And you aren't locked into a certain path. Like, there are some people who believe truly that they don't have any real true free will or choice. But this card again is reminding you that you have the power to choose this if you want to. But again, if you don't want to, that also is true. You have the power to do it for yourself. You can choose to free yourself, or you can choose to be like this. You can choose to stay, caged to whatever this is. Again, this is general reading, so take it as it resonates, whatever is coming to your mind about what this thing is that you feel like you probably have an intuition again. Because if you really were to tap into your intuition here, like the Mermaid Magic says, let your intuition guide you. You probably already know, you have a sense of whatever this is. Like, for example, maybe it's like you're studying a major in college and you're like, I don't really want to do this major, but I felt pressured to do it because of friends and family or something like that. Something when it comes to like, there's something that you are feeling like you want to free yourself from, but the universe and the mermaids are just saying like, it's up to you. It's all like the ball is in your court, right? So some of you maybe want to quit a sports team or join a sports team or something like that. Then you also have card number 39, Angelic Whispers, Feather Energy, Loved Ones in Spirit, and Divine Signs. All right, so this is just a reminder to remember to look for those divine signs, especially if you ask for it. You can always ask your angels and ancestors, tap in. You just, close your eyes, think thoughts, like intent thoughts with the intention to say, today, if this and that kind of, and you can like ask your ancestors or your spirit guides, angels, like, today I want to see like 3 feathers, and that will mean, for whatever, and especially since it says feather energy here, this is just an example, but you can really choose anything. You can say, I want to see 3 shells in 3 different places, and that would mean, XYZ. And then you just choose what you want it to mean. So yeah, choose like a symbol though that is like sometimes harder to see. Like, don't choose something that's you see all the time, don't say like, oh, let me see 3 rocks. And like, obviously if you go on a walk, you're going to see 3 rocks. You know what I mean? So like, make it more specific to you. Make it a symbol, like asking for spirit to give you these divine signs. Make sure it's like a symbol that like would be like a strange coincidence. Like the odds of that popping up in your world would be very high, or the likelihood of it popping up in your world would be very unlikely, right? Is what I'm getting at. So yeah, for example, I don't see a lot of feathers in my day-to-day life because I don't own like chickens or something, you know what I mean? So like, it would be very strange if I in one day saw 3 different feathers from 3 different places. So yeah, that's the idea there. And then we also have, last card in the general reading, we have Kingdom of Heaven, Ethereal Codes, Source Energy, and Heaven on Earth, 44. Yeah, so this is just a message to remind you to continue to look for the beauty in the world, look for the heaven on earth. Write maybe like a gratitude journal for some of you could be helpful. Yeah, like, oh my gosh, I'm realizing, did I accidentally get more than one? I was like, how did I do this last time? Oh, okay, I think I did this. Yeah, there we go. Because I was like, did I get an extra card in pile 1? No, I put this card over here. But yeah, all right. So yeah, maybe you could try to tap into your intuition through journaling, as well as, gratitude journaling. That will help you with your manifestations as well, because the more positive energy. In the last reading, actually, again, if you were called at all to choose pile 2, they had a card that said, energy goes where my, wait, I was gonna say energy goes where love flows, but that's not exactly the card. But yeah, again, if you wanted to, you can go back and listen to what that card was. But yeah, love goes where my energy flows. Love goes where my rosemary grows. That song, but nobody knows but me. I swear, every time I read, I must have like the same person clicking on my readings because I am always channeling that song. That song like just kind of plays in the background in my head for some reason during certain readings. So hi, hello, if that's like your favorite song, I'm like just letting you know, like I'm clocking that, like I'm always hearing that song for some reason when I'm doing my readings. Like, so yeah, some of you might resonate with that song, I think it's called Rosemary, or I don't know, Rosemary's Baby is kind of like a horror movie, but that might be for some of you, might be a movie you like, I don't know. Again, take it as it resonates. This is general reading, but I'm picking up like that's for one person in particular. But yeah, anyway, so yeah, overall message for you though, pile 1, or sorry, you're pile 2. Sorry, pile 2, overall message for you is, yeah, there's something that, you know, you've been thinking about, like this burden you've been carrying, and the universe and the mermaids wants you to know that you have the strength to let whatever this is go. You can lay down that load. You don't have to carry it alone, I heard, and you just don't have to continue to let this weigh you down. If you want, you can break free. You can let yourself, you know, no longer invest time or energy into whatever this is. And again, it's going to be different for all of you, but that's the message I'm getting overall for you, pile 2. Yeah, if you want this Pentacles, 9 of Pentacles energy, this treasure trove here, this treasure, just know that it's important to be flexible right now in the pursuit of whatever this goal that you have is. But know that in order to help you toward this goal, it will be easier to reach that goal if you, again, free yourself from whatever this burden is that's weighing you down. And that way you can focus your energy on, you know, your happiness. And then, yeah, my happiness is a direct reflection of my level of faith in the universe. So just continue to have faith in the universe, continue to believe in divine timing, ask for those divine timing signs if you need them. Your spirit guides and your spirit team is always there ready to give you these divine signs if you ask for them. That's a way to communicate with your spirit team. And that's something that you don't need any skills to do. You just have to close your eyes and you have to ask. Have an intention, set an intention in your mind. You know, ask out loud in your mind as if you're speaking out loud, but within your own mind, you know. So you don't have to actually say the words out loud, although you can, or you can write them down if that helps you as well. Again, like I said, I mentioned, yeah, gratitude journals and journaling could also be very helpful for you at this time. Oh my gosh, getting tongue-tied, pile 2. But yeah, gratitude journals, journaling could be very helpful for you. Also check out my cute little water bottle. I forgot to show it off in pile 1, but see, I've got a little mermaid water bottle as well. I guess it's not a water bottle, it's a Tevris cup. But yeah, I don't know if that's showing up. Can you see the design there of the different mermaids? See? But yeah, anyway, I don't know. Some of you probably like the Little Mermaid movie or the book. It's just a hunch. If you clicked on this video, you might enjoy those things as well. So that's just a message for some of you. But yeah, overall, you're a very loving, empathetic person. And yeah, the universe is just reminding you that you have free will. You can choose where you want to go with this. Have the flexibility to choose, to know that you can decide either way for yourself. It's up to you. So that's the overall message for you today, pile 2. And then last but not least, I'm going to leave you with 3 crystal recommendations. And then we also have 3 cards here for messages directly from the mermaids, what they want to tell you. So let's see. Ooh, you got blue howlite, and that says awareness, confidence, and calmness. So yeah, if you need a crystal, if you're looking for a crystal to help you like feel more calm, relaxed, blue howlite will be a beautiful stone for you at this time. And you also have pyrite. Oh, interesting. Okay, so this one is good for wealth, success, and protection. Now, pyrite actually might be one of those stones though that like kind of, I think it's called bismuth, they might only be able to be handled with like gloves. And so just be aware that, especially when they look like this kind of metal might not be good to handle with your bare skin. But yeah, just when you go to the crystal shop, they'll be able to tell you that if that's the case with a stone you're picking up. But if you're buying something online, you might not know that. So just wanted to throw that out there. But yeah, pyrite is good for success, wealth, and protection. So you could get yourself a piece of pyrite and you just keep it in like a little dish and only handle it when you wear gloves or something like that. Then last but not least, you have alexandrite. So the name Alexandra could be relevant to you. Alexandra, for some of you. I bet I just spooked some people if like that's your name. But yeah, that could be relevant for some. Again, take it only as if it resonates. Leave it if you don't know anyone with that name. But that could be just another sign or synchronicity for some of you out there listening. So then this stone though is good for energy, power, and passion. Yeah, it's like a nice, beautiful, it's almost like a red, I don't know if that's picking up on camera, but it almost looks like a red, like a blood red version of a piece of amethyst, which looks like this, by the way. Again, I never know if like, because of the reflection of when I'm on my screen, I never know if this shows up. It seems to show up better on camera than like when I'm editing than when I'm actually shooting the video. But yeah, so that's a little piece of amethyst crystal. But yeah, this alexandrite looks like almost exactly like that, but a beautiful burgundy deep red color. So very beautiful and also very great for energy, power, and passion. So there you go. All right, and then last but not least, oh, you know, I'm gonna put that on this side for you. There you go. Last but not least, pile 2. Let's look at the messages from the mermaids. Okay, so you've got the card Wild. Believe in your otherworldly beauty. Aw, dance with the waves and drink in the sunshine. Yeah, so this is just a reminder that the mermaids want to tell you that, you know, to be confident in yourself. You're beautiful and loved, and just enjoy yourself, drink and dance and be merry. This is definitely giving me 3 of Cups, which you didn't get in the tarot cards, but yeah, definitely 3 of Cups energy of like, have fun, you know, be merry. And then you have the card Listen. So it says, the secrets of the sea become apparent when we listen to the sound within the shells. Oh yeah, so like a conch shell, when you listen, you know, when you put the conch shell up to your ear, you can hear the waves, and like, it's like, I don't know how it works almost, but it's like the sound, the frequency of, actually, I think it's like technically the rush of like the blood inside your head or something is what you're actually hearing, but it definitely sounds like exactly like hearing the ocean. I don't know, it's strange, but again, don't quote me on that. I'm not a doctor. That's not necessarily true, but I think I just heard that once, where it's like the sound of what's happening in your own head, like kind of like reflected back at you when you listen to the conch shell. So, but yeah, in general, just listen, like be more, again, listen for those divine signs from the universe. So yeah, be more discerning. Make sure to always listen, you know, twice as much as you speak, right? As a saying, not to say that you shouldn't speak your mind either, but just, it's always a good thing, especially if when dealing with other people, to listen with an open heart, open mind. And yeah, so just a reminder there to listen to the signs and synchronicities around you, listen and communicate. Okay, another sign about listening, about good communication skills, talking to people, listening to your friends and family. Things left unsaid will never reach the shore. Yeah, so if there's something bothering you right now, definitely don't hesitate to communicate that. It's always better to say what you need to say than leave things left unsaid, okay? So yeah, that is going to be your reading though, pile Pile 2, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate it, and thank you for letting me read your cards today. If you enjoyed this reading, please give it a big thumbs up. Like, comment, share, subscribe, all of that great stuff really helps me out with the algorithm. So thank you so much when you take the time to take that second out of your day to give back to that energy of this energy exchange here. And yeah, anytime you hit subscribe, it really means so much to me. Anytime you leave comments and hit the like button, like, you have no idea, it really makes my day to see that stuff, especially as a new creator on this platform. I don't have a lot of videos out right now, so every little bit of likes, comments, shares, subscribes, all of that good stuff really does help me so much more than you would ever know. So yeah, thank you so much for being here, Pile 2. I hope you have a beautiful, wonderful, magical rest of your day. Hope to see you in the next one. Take care. Bye. Hello, magical creatures. Hi, pile number 3. If you picked this beautiful little mermaid here, she's kind of sitting with her knees or her tail up, and she's holding onto her tail like that, kind of where you'd have your knees, I guess, if you didn't have a tail, if you had legs. But yeah, yeah, this is your cute little mermaid. Here, can you see her? There. Now she's finally in focus. That is your mermaid, pile number 3. This is going to be a reading. Today we're kind of just asking the question, like, open-ended, like whatever messages want to come out from the mermaids. So let's just go ahead and look at what cards come out for you. And actually, the first card I want to pull is the Romance Angels. So we have the message Unrequited Love. Okay. Yeah, so this is sort of the overall theme of this reading. So again, if this is triggering for you, I ask that you click off now, because there might be some hard to hear messages then in this reading today, all about unrequited love. But if this resonates for you, stick around. It says there's not enough attraction or chemistry to keep this relationship going. So again, I know that that's really hard to hear. By the way, this is a cute little mermaid stand, and it's actually also a nice little card stand here. But yeah, this is the overall general like theme of this reading today, is the unrequited love. Now, for those who don't know, the book and, you know, the movie that's based on the book, The Little Mermaid by Hans Christian Andersen, is actually completely about unrequited love. So the movie was actually written for, I said the movie, but the book was written for someone who ultimately, you know, rejected the person who wrote it. Again, Hans Christian Andersen. And so, but the book's theming is all about unrequited love. And at the time, people have also debated whether or not it was written to be sort of like a story about LGBT, like from the perspective of someone who identifies as LGBT. Again, before it was written back in the day. I wish I knew what exact date it was. I might put it somewhere on screen or probably in the description or something. But The Little Mermaid, the book, was written at a time when you couldn't really discuss like we can nowadays. We can be a lot more open about LGBT, like QIA identities, right? Alternate sexualities. But back in that time, it was kind of unheard of. It was just sort of like expected you're this one thing and you can't, you know, show that you're anything else. So this could also be a reading pertaining to that for some of you. So if it resonates for you, only take it as it resonates though. Again, this is general reading. But let's see what you got in your cards today, pile 3. You got Prince of Wings. It says the Challenger. All right, yeah, something you're going through right now is definitely challenging. challenging experience. And you also have Two of Gems. Okay, yeah, change. Interesting, yeah. So you're also going through a change, kind of like how, again, the Little Mermaid in the books, she, you know, trades her voice to the sea witch for legs. So she goes through this massive change, but she does it for somebody else. So she's not really doing it for herself. And as we know, like in the, you know, Little Mermaid, the Disney adaptation, you know, it all works out for her in the end, for Ariel in the animated film. But in the original Hans Christian Andersen telling of the story in the book, it doesn't actually work out for her, because it is, again, a story about unrequited love. And so, you know, she tries to do all of this. She literally is also in excruciating pain. This is something they took out of the animation, in case you don't know. In the book, she's in excruciating pain anytime she walks on these new legs, because she's just not used to it. It feels like almost like walking through broken glass or something. And so that's the whole time she has these legs. But she does it for her prince, right? She does it for this unrequited love. And the problem with that, though, is unfortunately that obviously her feelings are not reciprocated in the books. And so she ends up kind of almost just hurting herself through this. And if anyone who understands unrequited love, you know, it's always so painful, and it's really tragic to experience like a love for somebody who cannot reciprocate it back for you for whatever reason. And yeah, I mean, you know, my heart goes out to anyone experiencing that right now. I really want to give you a big hug if that's you, if that's what you're experiencing, if that's your case. So I am so sorry, pile 3. But yeah, just know you are loved in general, even if this one person that you like have your sights on can't see it. Yeah, you've got Ace of Wands. So this is, you know, the best card for the Wands suite. And yeah, it's all about being abundant, creative, expressive, but it does also kind of imply like conflict. So again, yeah, definitely there's some conflict here in your reading today, pile 3. So I believe it has to do with the unrequited love. So you also have the Knight of Swords. Yeah, this could be your person, whoever you have this unrequited love feeling toward. They could be coming out as like the Knight of Swords energy, where they're like standoffish and kind of like dismissive. Then you also have the World card. And again, I do apologize, I have to censor my cards just because this is YouTube and they have cracked down, unfortunately, on like the nudity, even in fine art cards like this. Like, so just so y'all know, I personally have no issue with nudity, but unfortunately YouTube does, so that is why I have to have my cards censored like that. But yeah, you did get the World card, which is the last card in the major arcana. And yeah, so there's something here about this really changing your world or your worldview. And let's see what else you've got. Queen of Pentacles. Okay, so that might be more your energy here. You might be in the Queen of Pentacles energy, where you're trying to be abundant and give to this other person, the Knight of Swords, who is not receiving, or worse, they are receiving it, they're taking it, but they're not being appreciative of what you're giving them. And so then you have to be in this Five of Swords energy, where you're having to decide to like maybe walk away from giving too much to this person if they're not going to appreciate it, if they're going to take it for granted. So that's what I'm getting here. And then you also have, okay, Unfinished Symphony. Yeah. And I just heard, I Just Want to Be Part of Your Symphony, which is actually a Zara Larsson song. I don't think many people know that Zara Larsson sung that, and back when she got really, really popular. I'm so glad, by the way, this is like an aside, but if anyone's like a fan of Zara Larsson, I have been a fan of her for like literal years, and I'm just so happy now that she is finally getting the recognition and you know, she's getting her flowers, she's getting what she deserves for having put in all that work in the past. But yeah, her song Symphony could be relevant to you in this reading. You also got card number 10. So for some of you, that could be you know, a date, like a birth date or something, a significant day in your life or your person's life, or for some of you that could also mean like the 10th month, so like October 10th, something like that. But unfinished symphony, yeah, again, only take that if that resonates. That's only for some of you if it resonates, the numerology of October 10th. But yeah, but yeah, unfinished symphony. So yeah, there's this like idea, I think, in your mind that like you had like this expectation, right? So the problem with unrequited love is that you do end up having like these expectations of this other person, and for whatever reason they can't meet those expectations, right? So like you wanted this relationship to go a certain way. I'm sorry, I hit the camera. Oh my gosh, I hate when I do that. Yeah, so but you expected this relationship to like go a certain way, right? And then this person is, in no uncertain terms, kind of confirming through this reading that they just can't meet those expectations that you've set for this relationship. So take it how it resonates. Again, this is general, but for whatever reason they can't meet those expectations at this time. So you also have chaos and conflict. Yeah, exactly. So that has caused like this upheaval or big change in your life, and sort of like conflict and feeling of chaos through the fact that this person can't give you what you wanted or expected from this relationship. So probably due again to, just like this card said, there not being enough attraction or chemistry in this relationship for those expectations. So for example, you might have, you know, fallen in love with this person and hoped for like, you know, a fairy tale wedding and like the kids and the white picket fence and all of that. And then this other person, for whatever reason, is like, well, I can't give you that at this time, or I don't feel the same way about you, or I don't feel like we're compatible in that way. And this person still might care about you, by the way. I do want to say, like, especially if they're like a friend, don't think that this person like absolutely hates you. You know, there's a lot of feelings in between, you know, love and like soulmates, twin flames, and like, you know, hate and like absolute despise. So especially if you are, you know, upset about hearing this and it's triggering for you, pile 3, again, I am so sorry. I want to just send you big hugs through the screen right now. Just know that you are loved, and that even if this person can't see it, you are deserving of all those things. Just know that you can't expect somebody to give you those, like a specific person. It's kind of like in Aladdin, when Aladdin is like wishing on the genie, and the genie is like, I can't make any specific person fall in love with you. And so Aladdin has to actually make sure that, you know, there's consent there, right? That he's not just, that's why you don't want to mess with like a real true love potion either, is because then it takes away their consent, the other person's consent toward having this love. And that's what's beautiful, right? We want it to be mutually agreed upon, that, you know, you want two people coming into a union who both are choosing this, who both want this equally, and who don't feel like, you know, manipulated or persuaded in any way to feel like, or obligated, right, to feel love for this other person. Like, you want your person to fully show up for you just as equally as you show up for them. So yeah, just keep that in mind. But that doesn't mean that this person you're thinking of hates you. On the contrary, I believe for a lot of you, this person is actually like your friend. Like, you might have caught feelings for your friend, right? But they just want you to know that they still love you in a platonic way for a lot of you. So it is a form of love. It's just not the form of love that you might want from them, if that makes sense. So yeah, but just know that for a lot of you, this person actually really likes you as a friend. Like, and I know that's hard to hear. Again, I'm sorry if this message is triggering. Again, don't shoot the messenger, please. Like understand that I'm just going based on what I'm seeing in the cards. So, but yeah, we have The moment I embrace my peace within and surrender the outcome is the moment that the universe can truly get to work for me. Yeah, and I put the for me in there. But yeah, that's exactly it. So you have to surrender your expectation of the outcome of this, because you can't make somebody love you, right? You can't force them or force their hand. And I know that's so hard to hear, and it doesn't make those feelings go away either. That's the real tragedy of feeling unrequited love, is just saying that won't make the feelings go away, but it's just a reminder, a gentle reminder from the universe and from the mermaids that, you know, you deserve a love that is equal give and take, and that is equally like somebody who wants to show up for you just as much as you show up for them. You know, you don't want to give all this love and time and energy to somebody who can't appreciate it and who won't reciprocate it. Then you have the card Coral Cathedral. Ooh, honor the sacredness of each moment and live fully in the present. Yeah, so at this time, especially if you're struggling with this, pile 3, you're being called to just like try to live in the moment, live in the present a little more, enjoy every day, because every day is a gift. You have Seahorses. Embrace your uniqueness and let your gentle spirit carry you through life's currents. Yeah, so, and by the way, I can't help but think that these little seahorses are so cute, and they're kind of like little soulmates, right? These two. I'm definitely getting like 2 of Cups vibes from these cute little seahorses. So yeah, you want someone who's gonna match your energy. You know, I just heard the "Ain't Somebody Gonna Match My Freak" that song. I don't know who the artist is. I'm gonna have to see if I can find that song and put it in the song recommendations, which, by the way, I always try to add song recommendations to all my videos. Even if I don't mention them, they are in the descriptions of most of my videos. So if I remember, I try to at least add a couple songs for each reading I do. But yeah, ain't somebody gonna match my freak. So that's what you want, right? Pile 3, you want somebody who is going to be there for you and who is going to be able to give you what you want with this other person. And just know that, you know, your person is out there, right? The whole plenty of fish in the sea, or plenty, in this case, seahorses in the sea, right? Your seahorse, your penguin, if you saw pile 1, yeah, they had actually soulmates penguins come out as well. So if you were called to watch pile 1, that's a little sneak peek of that reading. But yeah, like, you want someone who is going to reciprocate and who's going to reflect your best qualities back to you, and vice versa, and have a healthy, loving relationship with them. Yeah, reciprocation is the theme of your reading today, pile 3. So yeah, be fully present in the moment, tap in more with yourself, and remember that you are unique. So yeah, this is all about embracing your uniqueness. I'm sorry, I'm holding those up so you can't see. But yeah, embrace your uniqueness and know that there is someone out there for you who is just as unique as you and who will complement your uniqueness, pile 3. There is someone out there for you. In case you are feeling like there is nobody out there for you, I just want you to know that that is not true. We all come into this world. We are never alone. When we come into this world and when we leave, that's just an illusion, you know. And I could get into why we believe that we are alone when we come into the world and when we leave, but I just want to tell you that I truly believe that we are actually never alone. You know, we come into this world with our spirit guides and our angels and ancestors and loved ones, and they are always with us and they never leave us. And when we leave this world, I do believe that none of us actually leave alone. I believe there are spirits that come and take us to the next realm when we pass on from this one. So that's just my personal belief. You don't have to believe that if you don't. Again, I'm never here to tell anybody what to believe. I'm open, and on this channel we're always open and tolerable of all beliefs here, but I just want you to know that, yeah, I don't think that it's a comforting thought, at least in my mind. And that's why I guess I can choose to believe that I really do but I, in my heart of hearts, believe that we are never alone. At any moment, we have loved ones and spirit guides and angels and ancestors looking out for us at all times. So if you're feeling alone in this moment, you know, pile 3, just know that you're not alone, and that, you know, even though I don't know who you are personally, I'm sending you so much love through this video to, you know, we're spending time together, even though we're miles apart, even though I've never met you in real life, or maybe I have, I don't know. We'll never know, right? But even if I haven't met you in real life, I can send you all this loving energy, and we can connect on this plane of existence because you are hearing my words right now, and we are having like this small connection, even at however small, we are connected, you know, through this reading and through the readings that you click on and choose to watch. So just know that, you know, you are more connected in this world than you even realize, like, and just know that the world is better with you in it, okay? So I just want you to know that, in case no one's told you today, you matter and you are very loved. So finally, we have number 17, the Oceanic Mirror, boundless openness and infinite beauty. So you are a beautiful human being inside and out, pile 3. And yeah, the universe just wants you to know that. By the way, I'm sorry, I do have to censor this a bit though, because I'm realizing I forgot to censor these cards. But yeah, so you got the Oceanic Mirror though. And there's that word mirror. Okay, so 17 could be significant for you. You could be born on the 17th, or your person could be, or this person that you might not know yet could be born on the 17th, depending on how it resonates for you. But yeah, this word mirror is coming out. That's very interesting. So yeah, be open to this new person who's going to mirror you. And again, I can't help but think that this seahorse, these seahorses were also very much mirroring each other, right? They're like facing each other. It's almost like they could be looking in a mirror here, which again is another just huge clue for the fact that reciprocation is like the theming of this reading for you today, pile 3. Reciprocation. You deserve a love that will reciprocate your love back, because you deserve to feel loved, pile 1. Sorry, I keep messing up the piles today, but again, if you were called to watch pile 1 as well, you might have some messages in there for you, pile 3. But yeah, pile 3, you deserve love, and you deserve to have a loving reciprocal love, okay? So if this person that you have on your mind has, you know, made you feel rejected or unlovable, just know that that's not true. Just because this one person, just because you have love for this one person who might not be able to reciprocate it back, does not mean that you are unworthy or undeserving of love. You absolutely are. You just have to find the person who is willing and open and ready to reciprocate that love to you. All right, and then we also have aligned romance. Exactly, align. That's exactly it. Align with your romantic partner, your soulmate, with pure intentions and true love. Oh my God, I love when that happens. This is perfectly, yeah, this is like a perfect synchronicity of exactly what I'm saying. I love that. All right, let me I gotta cover this up. Because I do actually, I forgot I have to go through that pile and censor them. I wish I didn't have to. I hate having to censor my cards, but YouTube does not like when there's nudity, unfortunately. I personally find nothing wrong with nudity. Just for full disclosure, I think it's I think fine art should be an exception. Like, there's literally the statue of David in like a game called Animal Crossing. That might be a synchronicity for some of you. But yeah, there's like literally the statue of David in like Animal Crossing, you know, so it's like nudity is not a bad thing, but unfortunately here on YouTube, it's against the rules. So I'm trying to follow those. But anyway, so last but not least, you have these cards, pile 3. You have the 3 recommendations for stones, like crystal stones, gemstones, things that you might want to get if you want to call in these energies. And then we also have the cute little mermaid cards here, and these are messages directly from the mermaids. So let's look at what you've got for the gemstone recommendations. You've got angel aura. Oh, beautiful. Yeah, you have this beautiful angelic aura about you as well. Pile 3, this is what that's telling me. You're a very lovely, loving person, and you, again, deserve love. You're very beautiful, and yeah, you deserve love and happiness and joy. So if you are wanting to call in these energies, you can get yourself a little piece of angel aura crystal. So that's beautiful. All right. Then you also have, oh my gosh, I can't make this up. This is why I swear I didn't know that this came out. This is why I'm so excited. Okay, you got the pearl. Oh my gosh. It's actually, you know what? It's giving Steven Universe, the character Pearl, because in her whole story is about unrequited love. Oh my gosh. I love when these things happen in these readings, because I swear I did not handpick out this card. It just came out in the reading. So what a confirmation. Yeah, Pearl. And it's really hard to see that. Maybe I can try to get it focused. It says literally love, trust, and emotional healing. Oh my gosh. Okay. I can't make this up, y'all. Can you all see that? It's really hard. It's like a really tough color to pick up on camera, but hopefully you see that. Yeah, that's amazing. Love, trust, emotional healing. Yeah, so that's so crazy, because like I'm literally wearing like this giant pearl, and it actually is on my ring finger. Hey, so yeah, again, maybe that is just, again, a sign to get yourself a pearl, and like remember that like you are worth it. Like you deserve this like fairy tale love, but you can't, again, make a specific person, unfortunately, you know, because of free will and consent, you should want to only have that relationship with someone who also has their free will and chooses you and consents to having that relationship with you as well. So yeah, that's so beautiful. Yeah, if you haven't seen Steven Universe, the character Pearl literally goes through a whole story about unrequited love. Not to give too many spoilers, but yeah, that could resonate for some of you if you're familiar with that show. Then last but not least, you also have this card for Amazonite. Oh, how pretty. And it is fluidity, playful, and optimistic. Okay, again, Steven Universe also is like a gender fluid. I don't know, I'm getting gender fluidity for some of you. Steven Universe is very much an LGBT, like, positive show. So, yeah, again, because again, Pearl, it was like an unrequited love, but it was like of, you know, for someone who is, you know, would be considered of the same gender. That's as much as I want to say, because I don't want to spoil the show for those who haven't seen it. But yeah, that's amazing. Okay, so I was saying that earlier, that like for some of you, this is like my pile of like, for some of you, you were having a crush on someone of maybe of the same gender. Did I say opposite gender? I meant to say same gender. But either way, it doesn't really, it's not very important in the way that it's like, for some of you it is about same gender. For some of you it's not. But either way, if that resonates for you, then awesome. Because yeah, I'm just definitely getting with the word fluidity here too. For some of you, you could identify as gender fluid or this other person, or yeah, something about that. But that's for some of you. But again, either way, take it out as it resonates, because this is general. But wow, yeah, this is definitely, I'm definitely sensing like, for some of you though, this is like a crush on like a friend or someone who might be of the same gender as you or the same sex, and that is also why you're feeling unrequited, because like this person just maybe doesn't identify, they don't have the same sexual identity as you. So like, yeah, interesting, very interesting. For if that is your case, pile 3, know that I do have who is your gay crush, or who Wait, who has a gay crush on you? Yeah, who has a gay crush on you? That is one of my actually best, most viewed videos that I've ever put out. And just know that because June is coming up around the corner, it's already like the middle of April. I'm gonna have a lot more. Oh, there's a confirmation. Sorry. That's telling me I gotta wrap this reading up. But yeah, just know that I will have more LGBTQIA plus positive readings on my channel coming up soon. So look forward to that if that is for you. All right, but last but certainly not least, we have finally these mermaid messages. Let's see what the mermaids have to say to you. Okay, we have optimism. After each rainstorm, there will be clear skies. Or, as what I've heard before, is after the rain comes rainbows. Again, more LGBT symbolism there for you. But yeah, after the rain comes rainbows, after each rainstorm, clear skies. So yeah, just be optimistic about your love life, to call in your soulmate here, pile 3, because you deserve to have a loving, reciprocal soulmate love and energy. So that's beautiful. All right, and then we also have meditate. Make some quiet time in the still air. So this is just a sort of like a call to action for you from your angels, ancestors, spirit guides, and the mermaids, all telling you to meditate, think on this, you know, call in your soulmate that way too. And last but not least, and I'm trying to censor a little bit there. Okay. Let's see. The very last mermaid message you have today is patience. Yes. Be patient with this. Trust in the divine timing. The tide will come in when it's ready. Yeah. So this soulmate of yours will come in divine timing when they are ready, when they have aligned themselves to you. So yeah, again, it's interesting because the last reading I did had a similar message. So maybe some of you are familiar with, maybe you clicked on that reading as well and got a similar message in the last reading I did. But yeah, just trust in divine timing. Be patient with this. When, you know, your soulmate, you know, calling in your soulmate, they're definitely out there. Just know that it's going to take a little time for them to get to you. Okay, pile 3, but just know you're loved. In the meantime, know that you are so loved and you deserve love, and you deserve a, you know, reciprocal love, and someone who can give you, you know, that fairy tale love that you love, you know, that you want and deserve. Okay. So yeah, this has been your reading, pile 3. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up, like, comment, share, subscribe, all of that good stuff. And just know that it really, really helps me out with the YouTube algorithm. Anytime I see new subscribers or likes on my videos, it really, really helps me out. All the comments, just all of those things. You have no idea how much that means to me. It really keeps me motivated to keep going and making these types of videos for you. So again, if you don't know, you know, subscribing is always free, and it just takes a second to hit that subscribe button, as well as the bell notification if you want to be notified of readings like this when I post them. So yeah, thank you again for being here. Thank you for letting me read your cards today. I hope you enjoyed the reading. I hope it resonated for you. And yeah, I hope that your soulmate is out there and around the corner for you, pile 3. I just know it. So yeah, hang in there. Be patient, but know that your true love is on the way. Okay, pile 1. Sorry, pile 3. Dang. I keep mixing that up today, but yeah, big hugs, sending you lots of love through the screen, and I hope you have a beautiful, magical rest of your day, and see you in the next reading. Take care, pile 3. Bye.